first and 10 and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry to about the 35, second down. These two teams met in Cincinnati earlier in the year with the Bengals coming out on top. So a win here in Cincinnati would give them the season sweep 2-zip. From the 35 on second down, Watson.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
Tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Watson. And that is incomplete.
Got some applause for the defense there. They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Fielded just inside the 20. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Now Burrow. This goes out wide from Mixon. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
2nd and 8. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far and brings up 3rd down.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They go play action with Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film, just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
Looking to throw again on second down. Watson, a quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Complete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Watson. And that is incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. This is taken at the 15. Good blocking there and nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today. Right. So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. That's his first catch of the game, and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. Down inside the 10. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Extra point by McPherson. They're good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From the 10. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. That's caught. He finds Danny Gray. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Running from the gun with Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by the defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
From the 44, Watson. Wide open receiver complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 40. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Draw play. This is Henry. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Second down, they go again with Henry. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A very important third down conversion right there because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10, so now they can keep grinding out first downs, and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
Second down and goal. Watson. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
He is such a tough quarterback to defend because you got to remember, arguably, he's more dangerous outside the pocket than he is in it. But how about the job they did defensively to stay with the receiver and knock the ball away? I think they had a sigh of relief there because oftentimes when he gets outside the pocket, big plays result downfield.
Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. A choice to make. You're on the road. You're going to take the 3. You're so close to the end zone.
Well, you know what the book says. You know, that mythical book about what to do in certain situations. Road team, it says be aggressive. Go get a touchdown. Don't play for a field goal. I say keep that book open and do it.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Danny Gray, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. These two teams all tied after 1. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bengals drive about to get going.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense
They just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now, they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll give the Bengals a first down. The Bengals at 10-1 now on the year. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
He's got him in, complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great effort there. 64 yards, and the Bengals have taken the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped it early, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. Fielded right around the 8. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Browns drive about to get started. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. Watson's throw complete to Rager. A gain of 8 there on the play, and it'll be second and a couple.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the 41, Watson. He's got Njoku over the middle. Watson to Njoku there for the Cleveland first.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Henry on first down, not finding much running room as he pushes forward for a yard or 2 at most.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Play action. It's Burrow. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Jamar Chase, 49 yards. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
Extra point by McPherson up and good. And it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And able to get this out to the 25. The Browns drive about to get started.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception.
He's got a man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 35.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Watson. He's left with no option here but to throw it away. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Here we go. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Burrow on play action. He'll drop this one down to Mixon, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
And they go play action now. Burrow. And a throw right sideline is complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 20 yards.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Here we go. 12.
Now it's Burrow. Rolling to his right. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone is in a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. To the air again, Burrow. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 15-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Well, only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talked this about efficiency, I'm living it right now.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try to get those yards a safer way.
Again, it's Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Daxton Hill puts it off. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there. They weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Here we go.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. It's Mixon on the counter. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man to the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals are able to add on to their first-half lead.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the round is on here in this first half. Fielded right around the 8. The Browns drive about to get started. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
First down, Browns.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bengals drive about to get going. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also...
That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold or did they rough the quarterback? So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's first and goal. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. It makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And it flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Fielded right around the 8. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, we're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, That's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. To throw is Watson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Watson now to throw. This is the tight end, Njoku. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Well, a lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
Watson looks to throw again. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there, still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day.
And it's a fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for Browns TD. That one may not cost him in the end, but still, obviously something the coach wants to avoid.
Oh, without a doubt. It won't cost the team because of where they are in the scoreboard, but it will cost the player who gave up the football.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will cut this lead down to 25.
17.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Fair catch. Gain of 25 yards. The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Certainly worth noting he's now one catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Burrow will throw. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
30-yard line, 2nd and 12. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. That reception, his 600th NFL catch. Congratulations, quite the accomplishment.
Here we go, here we go.
Now Burrow. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop it.
Well, if you're going to throw the ball on 1st and goal from the 2, the worst thing that should result is an incompletion for you offensively. But, Brandon, this is a different type of football. Back in my day, 1st and goal from the 2, a lot of big people with big neck rolls, they were on the field trying to ram it into the end zone.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. They go play action with Burrow. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Bengals are pouring it on.
Well, familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're back up, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Browns drive about to get started.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they...
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
To Mixon on the check down. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, not able to find any yardage on that one.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Burrow looking to pass.
They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will cut this lead down to 25. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The Bengals drive about to get going. Now remember, they were
just out here a moment ago through the pick six. So we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Back to Mixon on second down.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow.
Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball. They leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Myles Garrett, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
A big play there for Cincinnati. 41 yards. He had one touchdown earlier, nearly a second one there.
Yeah, took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him out of the end zone after a big play. Perhaps you go right back to him. Don't need the distance, but maybe he can pay things off after a big effort.
Now it's Burrow. He'll buy some time right. And he will take it out for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Burrow, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
Extra point by McPherson. Up and good.
And this one was a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this 4th quarter.
They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Now it's Watson. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off.
And now here's another interception. Picked up by Noah Igbenogany. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth-quarter lead.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On 2nd and 12, Burrow.
That's taken in by Higgins.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now Burrow loses the football.
Offensively lucky they were able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. But hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily.
And my goodness, another interception.
And the Bengals are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line.
The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
It certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Here we go. 12.
Burrow from his own end zone. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there. A gain of 14 and a 1st down.
I'm one, ready?
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like, that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
He will find his man Chase complete.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
And they come with a jet sweep here as Burrow just taps that forward.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
But just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down. The Bengals on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Burrow. And he's got his man on the out route. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
And sometimes things come together exactly like you want. It's not just been the volume of carries he's had in this contest. It's been the production as well.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Second and goal from the 6 this time.
In prime time, this offense that gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for Cincinnati, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Baltimore Ravens next week. Meanwhile, for the Browns, it's a loss that sets them back in their